Good evening, my friends, and welcome back to Ember Squad, our Star Wars actual play here on QueueTimes with the streampunks. It is our penultimate episode, so we've got a big one ahead of us today and an even bigger one next Monday night. But we'll get to that in all due time. We left during a cliffhanger in the last episode, which I admit is a little unusual for me, but will make do. And this episode, we're going to be picking up during a pretty dramatic moment. Before we get into all of that, though, I'm going to ask around to find out if any of these lovely, amazing, talented streamer people have any announcements that they would like to throw out there. And then I'll go second from last and go. Who has got an announcement? Who's got something for me tonight? Tell me what you're doing. Tell me. Okay, calm down, everybody. I just need one of you. Don't talk all at once.
I have an announcement I would like to make, but I can't yet.
Oh, you can't yet. Okay. You're the Bonnie Gordon of the evening. You have an announcement that will eventually be made, and you're very excited about it.
Okay, I'll tell you about my regular stuff. On Fridays, over on Pixel Circus, if you enjoy silly D&D stuff, we do a show called Failed Save. We don't usually fail our saves because you can buy us rerolls. We love you. Thank you so much. But no, we just then narratively have horrible things happen to us that we definitely have to need a reroll to get out of because we make bad decisions. So we go watch that because it's very silly. And then that's all for now. I don't think I can announce the other thing either. Bye.
I think we've all got stuff we can't announce yet. I can make a couple of quick Streampunks announcements. If you have not heard, we've been kind of spreading the word slowly but surely. It's kind of getting out there, trickling a little bit. But for some people that are interested in some updates from Streampunks, the two that I have for you tonight is Beacon, our new Alien RPG live play, is going to be starting up in October. So stand by for that because we're going to be shelling out some stuff and lore and all that other stuff the coming weeks. It is going to be starting in early October. You can look for a confirmation of the start date this week. Also, cast reveals. The last thing I was going to tell you is a Clear Skies update. The new Clear Skies campaign is in fact happening, and I'm happy to announce that Eliza Pearl is taking the center chair and will be the GM for Clear Skies. This next campaign is going to be all her. She's going to be running it. I'm also very, very excited to announce that I get to be a player in this campaign. I am so happy. I have made like 30 characters and only one. I'm going to have them fight to the death. I'm just going to put blindfolds on them, put phasers in their hands, tell them to march 30 paces and just turn around. And whoever lives, of course, it's Star Trek. So they're all going to put it on stun. And then 30 minutes later, it's going to get really awkward. And I'm going to have them do it again. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to that. So stay tuned for more information about Clear Skies coming up in the future. Ox Crew, do we have anything else?
There might be some other announcements. I just wanted to interject real quick to ask you, Eric, if you were aware that you called them the Nuclear Skies, because it's the Nuclear Skies.
The Nuclear Skies? Oh, yeah. Hey. I have to tell Lisa.
It's going to be a blast.
Oh, geez.
Okay, back to
you can make nuclear cute.
Eric and I are also in a thing, doing a thing. That
what are we doing?
Tuesdays.
Oh, is that thing where people transform into vehicles?
Correct.
Oh, right. Yeah. I seem to remember that. That comes out. That happens every Tuesday at 5 p.m. over at Renegade Games. Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah, or is it 4 p.m. actually?
I think it's 5. I'm pretty sure it's 5.
Is it 5? We don't know what the heck we're doing anymore, folks.
In the evening Pacific time.
Check Renegade Games. Yes, I've been running Transformers. It's been a blast. I've had Quincy. I've had Jason Charles Miller. I've had Latia. And I've had blanking B Zelda, just one of the greatest streamers out there. And that's okay. I'm just going to also the loudest member of our cast because they are playing an Autobot named Carmisi. So you got to love that. Yeah, that's going to be on Tuesdays. Definitely stay tuned for that. I think that's everything, right, Quincy? Don't think we have anything else. Yeah. Okay.
I just have the one thing.
Yeah, just the one thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm looking. I'm waiting. I can see it. Yep. There it is. Yes, Sam.
I do also have rail announcement beyond just the Nuclear Skies.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to amuse me almost as much as Beacon, the thing I call the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in names of shows that I don't make fun of because the show's just like absolutely tops. You can catch me on Wednesday this week on the Cookout TTRPG channel for Marvel's new Vanguard, where I am guesting. That is GM'd by Eliza Pearl, who has had a bunch of stellar guests, including, if I have this correct, 116 Bateracy. Is that yes? Excellent.
Yes.
I believe it's Bite Rick.
Oh, I tried.
It was Bite Rick, but then I got a restraining order from Rick Budd, and now it's Heresy. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's twitch.tv/Kira858. That's this Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And all I can tell you is that there are like some goofs, and they're not my fault. And the thing is, none of this was actually my fault. For once, and I get to live as the child who hollered lupine, because I know not a single person is going to believe any of that. It just happens to be true. But tonight I do not do any goofs. Tonight I am a creature of perfect seriousness. I'm excited.
Let's jump into tonight's episode of Ember Squad. Welcome back to Ember Squad. Let's go ahead and jump straight into the game tonight. Where we last left off, the poor Judgment was admiring Joey's pectoral muscles as he was
rude.
I'm so sorry. No, I'm so sorry. I was just
You didn't have to get that off your chest. My goodness gracious.
Oh, sorry. On our last episode of Ember Squad, we last left off with the poor Judgment jumping into the Vetus system. You guys had discovered the existence of a rebel base and were trying to reconnect with the rebellion so that you could get back into the fight. You've been disconnected from the Rock Skipper ever since your original mission to deliver this VIP Imperial prisoner to a secret rebel base. Never happened. You've been bouncing around ever since, doing some good, getting some repairs, stealing some ships, blowing up Interdictor-class Star Destroyers, and now your opportunity, your chance to reconnect with the Rebellion and get back in the fight is at hand. Thankfully, one of you made an unfortunate astrogation check, and as a result of that, you guys came leaping out into the Vetus system, almost colliding with space debris, and ending up right in range of the sensors of an Imperial carrier class. The ship calling itself the 72 has dispatched what seems to be 3 TIE fighters to intercept you. You managed to convince the commander of this Imperial carrier that you yourselves are in fact an Imperial starship. A small Imperial transport that is recovered from being stolen from the rebels. You've bought yourself some time. These 3 TIEs that were closing in on the poor Judgment has decelerated from attack speed to cruising speed, and you have been ordered to follow them as an escort back into the 72, where you will dock and supposedly be boarded. There is no sight of any other Alliance vessels around here, but there is a lot of debris that you just flew through, and it's hard to say who that belonged to. But with the Empire here, it doesn't bode well. Right now, we have Elias, who is 100% ceiling catting it right into the turret top side, and that is in the ventral turret in a very ball of nerves, because literally the only other person right now that's available to do so, Myth, you have taken up a position in the gunner seat, in the ventral gunner's turret, as these 3 TIE fighters are closing in on you. When we last left off, you had probably about a few rounds worth of time to decide what your plan of attack is. Do you want to run? Are you going to fight? What's going on? You're going to have to make a decision here. The planet is not far. It's just down below. There is confirmation that somewhere on that planet below there is a rebel presence. What would you all like to do? Member Squad, the narrative is yours.
I apologize because we told you there weren't going to be any goofs, but I'm at the pilot seat, so goofs ahoy.
All right, but before you make your goof, let's roll those destiny points. Because here
I was
come.
actually going to ask for it because the goof that I need requires a destiny point.
Destiny point? All right, we're going to go ahead and start this up then. Stucky, why don't you lead the way? Roll us a destiny point, if you would be so kind.
Oh, come on. The force is not with me.
All right, MT. Roll that white die. Let's see if Gina saves you. Gina saves no one. All right.
Lon all dark sides.
Lon and Ortha. Ding, 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 ding.
We can't do this again, y'all.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh man. All right, Myth. Help us out here.
No, let's do it. Let's go 2 for 2. 2 for 2.
Are you kidding me?
Bring us home, Sam.
All right. Time to see if I may draw upon my nigh infinite capacity to disappoint those around me. Let's go.
Is this going to be 2 games in a row that this happens?
Oh, forbidden resource. That's hilarious. And then it kicked me out. Thank you. It's what I was going to do, right?
Yeah, I promise you, I have an ability that says,
yes, I am a disappointment now and in perpetuity. Let us proceed.
All right. Let me make your duty checks.
I get 2 more, and that's 1.
Okay, everyone is going to get their wound threshold is going to raise by 1. 45. Let me see who that's going to trigger. 45 is going to trigger. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so 1, 2. Let's put it down. That is going to trigger MT.
I mean, yay, but also.
So MT, your wound threshold is actually going to go up by an additional 1 point.
Great.
And during this game, your duty of support, which is like your primary driving force, that is going to come into play at some point. There is going to be a moment where that is going to be unshakable. You have to do, which is not out of character for MT anyway. MT has definitely revealed herself to be the kind of droid that will C-3PO it right across crossfire of stormtroopers just to get to somebody who's wounded. So, all right. Now we can begin. Stucky, you've decided to do something a little wonky, so let's see it. What are you doing? You're currently at speed 0.
You're muted.
And you're also, I think,
I'm muted. Yeah,
you're muted.
All right, I'm following the escort. How much bigger is the ship that we're going to?
Yes, indeed. The ship that you're headed to, it is statistically, it is 1 silhouette larger than you. You are silhouette 4. It is silhouette 5. It is large enough that it can actually transport a squadron of 4 TIE fighters, which are all silhouette 3. It is, if you want to do a scan, you can do that to see what you're up against. You should be warned. If you scan the Gazanti class armed transport, they will be alerted that they are being scanned.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do
but
that.
If you're trying to get a gauge on what you're up against, all I can tell you, because unfortunately you guys failed your warfare checks when we were trying to figure out what this thing was, all I can tell you is significantly larger. 1 silhouette at this scale it's much bigger than you, and you will be able to dock with it.
Okay. So I see the TIE Fighter squadron escorting us.
Heading towards you. Yeah. Currently, they're at long range.
Is there any way for me to tell who is the leader of the squadron?
I'm gonna say make a knowledge warfare check.
Okie dokie.
Yep. I'm gonna set the difficulty of this. I'll probably set the difficulty of this at 1.
All right.
Because formation flying kind of gives it away. Yeah. Yeah, the one in the middle is probably the guy you are probably looking at. There is one TIE that is leading the formation.
And I'm going to use that advantage to drop my strain. Because I'm going to need...
That's right.
Every bit of strain I can get.
Don't forget, like if you for this entire from the next 2 episodes, I can't stress it enough. If you cannot think of a good person to give a bonus die to, use Vantage to get rid of your strain.
All right, I'm gonna basically call out to everybody. All right, we're getting ready to go loud. Everybody in the turns ready?
Oh boy.
Ventral ceiling cat looks at dorsal floor cat. Ready?
It's the big red button, right?
You put the dot where you shoot.
Dot goes where you shoot. Right, big red button.
Wait. Sometimes before where you shoot, like where it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna look a little something like this, and I'm gonna shoot at the leader of the squad.
Okay. Okay. That will definitely initiate a reaction. Let's see. I have to load up here. Let me look at the poor judgment. What weapons do you, as the pilot, have access to? Now, actually, it is a Decimator class forward-mounted concussion missile launcher. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna make.
Merry Christmas.
No, honestly, I think as a product of your successful deception check, you are going to catch these poor bastards flat-footed, as they say. So I think what's going to happen is you press a couple of buttons. Everyone on the ship can hear underneath into like the hull of the vessel, the missiles being loaded. And it locks into place. The missile becomes armed. The TIEs have no idea. Now, you're going to have to... Do you have to lock on? I don't even think you have to lock on. I think you can just fire this. Oh, it's guided. Yeah, go ahead. You're going to get a free attack. You've got guided 3, which triggers if you miss the target, but you've rolled 3 advantages, you still get to attack it. Because the missile is stubborn, apparently. And
is this gunnery?
Yes, this is a gunnery check. You're aiming for the middle TIE. Is that correct?
Yep. And I'm explaining as I do it. That's the leader. Take the head. Snake follows. What's the difficulty on this?
Okay, so what's the range on this thing? Short range. Okay, so that's going to jump up the difficulty. They're at long range. The difficulty is going to be 3 plus. Hold up, because you're shooting at TIEs. They are. This guy is.
Is there any chance I could wait for them to get just close enough and then fire? Because they're coming towards us, so he would probably wait.
Yes, if you want to wait until they get within short range.
Yeah.
But I can't guarantee that they don't break away and start lining up next to the ship. Right now, they're coming straight at you. You could go middle ground and say wait until they're medium range.
I'll wait until they're medium range.
Okay, then when they start closing the distance, you see as they pull into medium range, they are available for funsy time. So yeah, at medium range, let's see. Silhouette, let's see, you are silhouette 4. It doesn't matter if you're only 1 silhouette larger. It's still, yeah, it's difficulty 2, so the range is increased. You are currently going 0 2. They are going but they're also going faster than you. So hold on one sec. What kind of set is that going to give you any setbacks though? Because they are also kind of not seeing this coming. You know what? If I may, Stucky, you could take that action to aim as well.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that as well.
And gain a boost die.
Yeah.
I feel so bad. I spent so long rolling these guys up. I really did. I was so excited. I was going to get my... I'd say go ahead and make your attack. The difficulty is going to be 3. You do get a boost die. They are traveling faster than you. However, they are coming straight at you. They are not ducking and dodging, so...
And I'd like to use one auxiliary if I could. Let's start us off right.
Start us off right. Ox Crew is basically helping us blow up ties tonight. Why not? All right, let me scroll up here.
All that in one success.
Did you only roll 1 success?
Yep.
Hey, you only technically need 1 success. All right, at medium range. Hold on 1 second. All right, we're setting this up because we're about to break out into the old space combat. Hey, Laura, thank you so much for that boost die. And here we go. 1 success. That's classic. I am going to spend a dark side point and give him the opportunity to dodge this. However, he is going to get significant setback dice because he is going slow. He is at speed.
Oh boy.
Next round difficulty. Oh no, he can't. No, he can't. He's gonna get hit. Missile's gonna impact on the hull of the ship. All right. 1 damage. So total. Or rather, 1 success. Oh, that's the other thing. Real quick, Noir, you can actually click on the poor judgment. And if you yeah, you can actually click on it and then use its weapon systems.
Okay, so
when you're opening fire, but it's okay here. In this case, you got 1 success, so this is actually quite easy to calculate. It basically means you're going to be doing base damage, which is 6 points of damage. It ignores 4 points of armor and soak and has a blast of 4. He is flying in formation, so those other 2 ties are going to be in for a good time in just a moment. Okay, so engaged original suffers. Okay. I'm going to check in with my stats here on my poor TIE fighter. What is its armor? It's a TIE fighter. What is its armor? What a silly question. It's tissue paper with blasters on it.
Not even shields, right?
Yeah, it doesn't get shields. It doesn't. Oh, okay. 6 points. Ball of fire in space. That center tie. It looks like you catch them completely by surprise as the missile goes. You see it just rocket out from underneath the flight deck, and this little dart just, and then it launches forward and disappears. Immediately, you lose sight of it. In the darkness of space, it just vanishes from sight. You only catch a little bit of the glow of the aftermath of the rocket. You can see the ties all too late realize that it's upon them. They try to break. The center tie tries to dip down low, and instead it collides with the upper part of his wing, which folds in on top of itself. He spins and explodes all in the same action. Because it has a blast of 4, if the attack is successful, each character engaged with the original target, they were in engaged range because they were flying formation, suffers damage equal to the weapon's blast rating plus an additional which you didn't roll. So they're all going to take 4 points of damage.
So
if the attack... yeah.
I was gonna say if I had something that could up the damage, would they all take it?
What is it you have?
I have a little ability that I've been saving called Dead to Rights that says the character may spend 1 destiny point to add additional damage equal to his agility rating, rounded up to 1 hit of a successful attack made by a ship or vehicle mounted weaponry.
Yes. Yes, you can. You can spend a destiny point to up the damage that missile did.
Yeah, we finna do that. If that's okay with everybody. Yes,
so
okay.
So you destroy a tie, and the other 2 are going to take a total of 5 damage from the explosion because they were in close formation.
Is it per agility point? You said.
It's my agility points. It's
Wait.
my agility rating. So my agility rating is 3.
Wait, you did an extra 3 points of damage?
Yes.
So they took blast 4 plus 3?
Yes. Yeah.
If you're not familiar, in any kind of aviation combat, killing 3 enemies is considered an ace. The ball of fire causes 2 ties to spin out of control. One of them slams into some of the debris that was floating nearby. The other one just erupts and is incinerated in space. All 3 ties are destroyed with 1 missile strike from the surprise attack. You just see them explode in front of you.
Hey. That's not so bad. No.
See, myth like that. You just shoot like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Nothing but the rain as pieces of TIE Fighter clatter against the cockpit window of the Poor Judgment. And a few moments later, you can see the ship off in the distance starts accelerating speed.
Now's the time for loud.
Oh, very, very loud. Yeah, I don't know that I can move again because I've already shot. But
you're not technically in combat right now.
Oh, I would love for us to hit evasive maneuvers right about now.
Okay, they are accelerating. They are at extreme range. They're not near you guys, so they cannot engage you at the moment. What is your plan? As you start accelerating, so technically right now, since you're not in combat, you can accelerate to maximum speed, and it's not going to be an issue.
Then I want to get us out of sight and out of sensor range, and I'd like to essentially go around the block and come to this planet in the back door.
Okay, navigating around, going the circumference of the planet, that's gonna be a pursuit.
Yeah,
you're probably that's gonna be. You might be able to pull that off. Actually, let me double check their stats because
are we doing a pursuit? I was bored.
You're like, please.
I was raised for it.
Yeah, they're gonna start closing range, but there's really the Poor Judgment is faster than this ship. It just is. You are a small freighter, and this is a capital scale transport, armed transport. So you basically bank the ship around. As you level off, you see the great horizon of this planet in front of you. You just pass Vetus, just passes right in front of your the cockpit windows. You bank it around. Yeah, MT, you've had a front row seat to all of this. It's been relaxing as you see the planet just kind of bank to the left, and you all accelerate. The Poor
I
Judgment
put 5 on us getting away. I am rich.
If you're rabbiting, then this ship is not going to be able to catch up to you.
Yeah, we're utilizing speed. The problem was the TIE fighters. They could have kept up with us, but now that we got rid of them, we're just going.
Okay.
Myth, remind me what we know about this planet.
The data I got was just that there is a rebel base here. I was not aware that there was also an Empire presence.
Right. If we escape and concerned ceiling cat descends, what if they bombard the planet?
Oh, I don't think a freighter like that has that kind of firepower, but they've also spotted us, and they know what this ship looks like.
Can we run? The fast I know we can do. Stucky. It's just.
Oh, if you're worried about us causing trouble for this planet, we're loud and obnoxious. we'll make sure to slam the door on the way out and they'll give chase.
Can I
Loud
take
and
this
obnoxious
moment
promise.
Okay.
Promise.
What was that? What was
Sorry.
that, Myth?
Now that we're running,
Mhm.
would I be able to just from this gunner seat take a look and try and survey the area and see like what kind of debris is floating around? Just visual inspections, not.
You're not gonna be able to get something much. Well, yeah. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
It's always worth a shot. I'm gonna set the difficulty of this at 4.
All right. So for difficulty, I'm just gonna roll it flat. I'm not gonna ask for a boost or anything like that.
Okay.
2 failures, 1 threat.
You have no idea what that was. Stucky might be able to find out if he scanned it, but eyeballing it, it's impossible to tell. You just see great scraps of metal reflecting light as they spin through space.
And from here, I don't have access to the computer system so that I could perform a scan.
No, that would have to be a co-pilot thing. That'd have
Yeah.
to be MT running a scan.
I can run a scan. If you're saying
which-
anything out loud.
I think
I'll say, would we be able to get a scan and see exactly what we're dealing with this debris?
Yes, let me run that for you.
Okay, so that's going to be a computer's check, but you are now going to be considered, I think it's fair to say, probably at medium range at this point as y'all are heading out. Your sensors unfortunately are short ranged, so I'm going to say increase difficulty to 3.
Okay.
And go ahead and make that roll, that computer's check.
Nothing.
An avalanche of nothing. That's
Wowza.
I know the FFG system, man. Sometimes the
Brutal.
Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Yeah, unfortunately, the sensors aren't giving you anything conclusive. It was definitely a frigate of some kind.
The computers are verifying that it is, in fact, debris.
Good to know.
I'm sorry, it wasn't a frigate scale. Frigate would have been huge. It was definitely a capital ship of some kind, but it was not frigate scale. Whatever it was, you're not sure.
A capital ship of some kind. Unclear.
All right, Stucky, I'm trusting you to do your thing.
all I know how to do is my thing. And I think there's an unconscious moment where he like fist bumps MT. Like it's just kind of instinct to fist bump the co-pilot, and then it's just
Okay.
like, oh, okay, yeah, let's land.
Oops. If MT could emote through facial expression.
This is the greatest day.
Don't ruin the moment.
What are you
But
doing?
3 in 1 shot though, right?
3 in 1 shot. You surprise attacked a TIE flying in close. Nice deception check. Set you up for that. Lined up the 8 ball just nicely for you, Stucky.
Oh, no one's gonna hear the end of this moment. Like I just,
Yeah.
as long as he lives.
No.
This
that's
is what he's
bragging
Stucky's moment
about.
of the game.
A
Well,
new
no.
meaning
Stucky's
to
had trouble.
sticking the landing.
I punch on comms. I go, are they sending any more fighters? I heard a cheering after an explosion. I need to know if I'm prepared to repair shields or increase our engine power here.
Oh, we should be good with what we've got now. We want to hold up any stress to the engines. Right now, I'm just taking it down for a landing, but we should be clear. I don't think that ship had any more room, except for 4 TIE fighters. And hey,
You shot 3.
wait, he starts doing the math. Wait.
Capital ship with only 1 squad? 1 squadron?
Lon, I hate when you're smart because it takes away the bliss of my stupidity. I would like to run a scan to make sure that we don't have anybody creeping.
Make a computer check if you would, please.
Oh, no, not this.
Yes, that.
Anything.
All right,
but
I'm wearing
the-
my Spaceball shirt. I'm gonna probably be quoting it tonight.
Would you like assistance, Stucky?
Yes, immediate. If I yep. I
Yeah,
would
You
love
should be
started
able to do it.
sweating.
I listen. This is the part of flying I hate the most.
Counting.
The computer stuff. It's all brain and no gut.
Let us find out if we are being followed. Before we land on the planet giving away everything.
Yes, you're right. What's the difficulty?
Your sensors are short range. You're trying to reach out to find out if anything else is out there. So I'm gonna say the difficulty of this is going to be 3.
How do I assist again?
In this instance, it would be
Like, can I make a warfare roll or something to like find out if we were being tailed, where they might be tailing us from to shorten our sensors, like
Yes.
scope? Okay.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I would say make a warfare check just to see what MT's instincts are tactically of where if you are being tracked right now.
Okay.
Okay.
What do I add for the difficulty?
If you're assisting, then it's
Yeah.
combining dice. So the way
Oh.
this is going to work is, well, okay. So if you wanted to use warfare, technically that is a separate roll. If you want to help Stucky with the scan, then you are going to combine your dice with Stucky's.
Oh, okay.
for the
then I'll
dice
do
roll.
then I'll do the computers one.
Okay,
That's
then
just how
what-
that's how I'm flavoring it. I'm using my warfare
Sure.
skills to apply
Okay.
the numbers
Do
to the
you
computers.
have? Hold on, I'm gonna look at this. Y'all should y'all be having MT roll warfare this whole time?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
really should.
absolutely.
Yes.
MT's database should be the one y'all are accessing for all warfare checks. Holy crap!
Why do you think I'm terrified of it?
Right. Okay, so for the computer check then,
My skill set is not always necessary when others have the job.
Stucky, what is your computer skill?
A yellow and a green.
Okay, you're gonna change your last green to a yellow,
Okay.
and then you're gonna add 3 green.
Ooh. All right, and then
And
that's
that
3
is
difficulty.
that is MT's impressive 5 intellect helping you scan. So the difficulty is 3. Make your roll. Okay, 2 successes, 2 advantages. Okay, yeah. MT, as soon as you get on the sensors, there is one lone target. You see, there are 2 things that are happening. You see the Gozanti class armed transport is actually breaking off. And it looks like it's accelerating away from the planet, but there is a single target that is flying towards you guys at top speed. It is currently at long range. It is moving
Gunners,
fast.
we are being pursued, and I give the direction and the information.
Oh,
Okay. You see it pop up on the sensors. MT locks onto it, and you can see there is indeed what looks like a fighter of some kind closing on you guys really fast. This thing is barreling like a bat out of hell.
Someone is trying for a promotion.
Yep. Let's fire him instead. I'm gonna turn us around.
I put up my fist bump for the alley oop joke.
Yeah. You can see like with the house move, MT did the computer and that. It's just okay, that was good.
Nice. Okay. You start banking around. Anybody who's near a window, if you are in the gunnery turrets, you can see on the digital display up in front of you, because the decimator does not have windows like the Falcon's turrets did. Y'all are all using digital displays in an armored turret, basically. So you can see the space suddenly start to turn, and you can all actually feel a little bit of the gravity shift as the ship begins to bank hard. Stucky, you bring the ship back around, and indeed, you can see something coming at you guys at incredible speeds. It is coming straight at you. This is going to be an initiative roll.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, hold up as I pull out this guy's stats here.
Above board here is I'm like, Empire sending one thing at us just seems like something that'll explode us directly.
All right, starting the initiative, and now I'm going to have everybody roll their cool ratings, if you would
Okay.
please.
I'd like to take one for the ox, if I could.
Sure thing. So
All right, here we go
for the
board
Ox
judgment.
crew, as I reference this. Okay, Ox crew. Aether Spoon, thank you so much for that boost die for Ember Squad. They are going to need that. Let's see here. So this is a... Sam, remind me. It's still vigilance and cool in space, correct? It's... Yeah, okay, cool. Just checking.
Is it coolants?
Okay.
Yeah, you can shoot for the coolant in space. Lon. if you're a hot shot.
Bang bang.
I'm gonna ask Ello to fly out there and disassemble that ship one screw at a time.
All right. Initiative rolling is off. We are getting ready to initiate our first space combat. Oops, that wasn't the right die. Hold on. That did not roll the correct dice pool. Let me switch initiative back on again. Remove slot. Let me roll this again. Here we go. That's what I thought. Okay. So this thing is barreling towards you as it's moving into long range, or it's moving into medium range now. Stucky, you can see just by eyeballing this thing at the speed it's coming at you with, there is one thing you notice about it. The wings of this TIE fighter are not flat. They are not big, flat-scaled wings on the side.
This is curved.
They look curved.
Yeah.
It is barreling at you at a speed of 6. This thing is just hauling through space. You guys have the initiative right now.
All right.
What would you like to do?
Looks like they're sending somebody fun to play with. You ready?
No.
No.
But I'm gonna do it anyway.
I am going to. I would like to do a good old fashioned. Oh wait, I can't do that because I only have access to the missiles. So I would like to aim.
Okay, you're going to use your move action to aim, so you're basically just flying straight at him.
Yeah.
What is the top speed of the Poor Judgment? I believe it is 3. Okay. All right, so you're going to get a boost die.
Mm-hmm. And then we're going to fire again.
Okay. So total up your pool.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to be aiming, so you're going to get a boost die. I'm guessing
Okay.
you're going to use Aux Crew, so you're going to get a boost die, correct?
Yep.
Currently at medium range. And the blasters, you guys are... Oh, you're using a missile. Missiles at short ranged. So you're going to be capping that off. That's going to raise the difficulty by 1. It's going to bring you from 2 to 3. And now we get ridiculous. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
He is 3 speed higher than you, so that's going to be 3 setback dice.
Okay. So that's only going to be 2 setback dice because I'm a skill jockey.
Plus 2 more setback dice.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
So 4 total setback dice for you.
Okay.
And yeah, what's up, Sam? You got something?
Are evasive maneuvers still happening?
No, I canceled that because we were out of combat.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to check because that would make it even. Ow. No.
Yeah, harder to hit this guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see what you do, Stucky. This dude is flying pretty fast, pretty aggressively. Okay. 3 advantages. So it's not nothing. But you've got 3 advantages. So that was with a missile.
Mm-hmm.
It is guided.
Oh.
You can burn all 3 of those. You can burn all 3 of those advantages on that guided missile. So you do have that. I do think you only have 2 missiles left after this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn all 3 of those advantages.
Okay, so all 3 advantages. So then we need to. So turn your, if you would please, turn to consult the Book of Armaments. Please turn to page 169. of the Age of Rebellion core book, Guided. Certain types of projectiles, such as guided missiles, may benefit from the course alteration after being fired. If a character misses while firing a guided weapon, if the guided weapon is activated, you may attack. You may make an attack check at the end of the round. The difficulty of the check is calculated by comparing the weapon's silhouette of 0 to the silhouette of the target. And the check's skills equal the weapon's guided rating. Yours is 3, so it's going to be rolling 3 dice. 2 to... Okay, so if the test is successful, the weapon strikes the target anyway and is dealt damage normally. Okay, so at the end of this round, so the missile's going to... So when this combat round is over, you can roll again.
Okay. And I don't still have the advantage from the initiative, right?
I don't believe so.
Okay, cool. Just double checking. In that case, that's my move and that's my action. So
okay, so we're going on to the next person in the round. So you see the missile go. You see this pilot kind of bank a little bit to the left and just jank a little bit, just enough. So you see the missile just go right past him. Who's next?
Probably one of the gunners, right?
That's what I'm guessing. Who rolled 2 successes, 3 advantages on their...
Oh, wait. I don't think I'm in the initiative.
Lon, that's you. You rolled 2 successes, 3 advantages. You're not in the initiative. Okay, let me add... Go ahead and
I think I was reading... I'm reading the combat core book right now, so I think I missed it.
That's okay.
Like, what can I do? I'm a doctor.
Like, oh, shit. It's ship combat. I got to crunch right now.
Yeah, basically.
Go ahead and, roll your initiative check. It's cool.
What was it? Is it percent?
It's just your cool rating.
Cool.
And it'll add you automatically to the initiative order.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So, Lon, it's your action. What are you doing?
Okay, let's see here. We have not taken any damage. I don't fully know what's going on outside. Normally, I would say a damage control thing. Is there a way I can... what would be more useful for Stucky right now? Do we have shields at all?
I think you do. I believe the Poor Judgment does come equipped with shields. Let me double check. Silhouette 3, armor 4, defense 2. So yes, you have shields. Your defensive 2 basically are your shields. You can angle your deflector shields. That is a mechanics check. And you can angle deflector shields. Right now, you have 2 points of deflector shields to the 4, which is you're facing him right now. He is a fast mover, though. So keep that in mind, because he can get behind you pretty quick.
Let's see. So that's just a move where the shields are oriented.
That's correct. You can angle them to port, starboard, aft, or 4.
Can I just pass my this turn to one of the gunners instead? Because I'm not of...
You can't pass your turn, but you can hold your action.
I'm going to hold my action then.
Okay, that's going to bring it to his turn then. On his turn, he is going to make a piloting check. Or is he... Wait. To successful... Oh, or vigilance. Let's double check the difficulty of this... Okay, so you could probably use... All right, so what is his... Okay, that's not going to be... Oh, I could spend a dark side point. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, so I need to hit a difficulty of 2. So I'm going to spend 1 and I spent a dark side point to get that. He is going to... Is it... It's computers. Just double checking. Cool. Yep. All right. So he's gonna roll. Let's see what happens. Difficulty is 2. Oh no! Oh no! 3 threats. What does that mean for him?
Oh yeah!
He attempts to spoof the missile. It does not go to his advantage. He attempts to jam the missile. He's got 3 threats. Initiative slot used by another active player. He's going to drop last to the initiative order. So that's going to be for the round, but I am now going to put him in last place.
GG, Imperial. GG.
All right, so who's next? He's going to fail to dodge that. He tries to spoof the missile. He's working his computer right now to try to jam the missiles as it's coming in. But he also that was his. Oh, you know what though? He is going to use his move action still though, even though he failed. He is going to. Would that be a piloting check? No, because he's not doing a maneuver. So he's gonna remain at speed 6. And I think what he's going to do as his action is this is I love Starship Combat because you have to be tactical about everything you're doing, or you are going to die. He is going to.
That's why I hate it, and also why I learned to be tactical.
He's actually going to do something a little surprising, Stucky. You can tell by the way this guy is piloting. He is experienced. Instead of coming straight at you, he does a full pull up on the stick and just goes straight up. So he's no longer coming straight at you guys. He's keeping range.
Ricky move.
And that is going to be his action. And now it is whoever is up next, which is, I believe, that is going to be on 2 successes. On the 2 successes, no advantages, which was who was that? That was Elias.
That Stucky actually co-opted my turn because I think I had 3 successes.
Did you?
Oh, my bad.
My cool check. That's
3
fine.
successes and 4 advantages. Is that you?
That's me. Yes, I'm happy to go.
Okay.
I'm happy to go now, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
So that I can assist Elias. Because
Okay.
I'm
Elias
no good in this gutter
will
seat,
not
but I
be
am-
likely to do anything this turn for what that's worth because they are at medium and we are at close. And so even using talents, I cannot exceed the range of my weapon by 2, only by 1. And that's because I have sniper shot.
That's still okay. But what I'd like to do, because it will give you a boost later on, is I would like to use my action to fire discipline, which is a leadership or a discipline check to scan their movements to see where they will be, because that's what Elias said, and that is triggering in Myth's mind.
Okay. Yeah, you can see the tactics coming into. I mean, as you're looking at the sensors on the console itself, while you're tracking this ship, you can tell by the way it just kind of rocketed straight up. What this pilot is trying to do is keep distance. Your instinct tells you is that he probably suspects you've got more than 1 missile in the chamber. And why put himself at a disadvantage to go up against your blasters when he needs to spend time ducking and dodging from missiles? So he is playing defensive right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would I be able to make that check to figure out exactly where he's going to be next when he decides to strike?
Go ahead.
It is a hard. So it's 3 difficulty die.
3 difficulty.
And I'd like to ask for a boost if I could, please.
Boost from Ox Crew. All right. Thanks, Reverse Awkward Math, as always.
Mighty kind of ya. All right.
1 failure, 2 advantages.
1 failure, 2 advantages.
You can spin the advantages, but yeah, it's hard to say because as this guy banks straight up and starts heading sort of to your north, he's gaining altitude, as it were, in space, even though it's 3 dimensions. You do see that he's kind of spiraling and twisting, probably because he realizes he failed to jam that missile. You've got 2 advantages, which means you can perform an immediate free maneuver. You can add a boost die to your next computers or mechanics check, or you can add 1 boost die to any allied character's next piloting, gunnery, or computer's mechanics check.
I'd like to give a boost die over to Elias.
Okay. Oh, it is worth noting, you can also spend these advantages to give him a setback die.
Ooh, yes, I would like to do that, please.
Yeah, you can burn 2 advantages to give the target's next piloting or gunnery check a setback.
I would love to give them a setback.
Okay. Marking that down. He's going to get a setback.
That's my turn.
All right, that's your turn. So Elias, you're up.
I think it's a pass. I don't think there's anything I can do with them at medium range.
You just kind of flex your fingers on the triggers of this gun. This pilot is playing smart. He's not coming in barreling at you, Elias. He knows you're a big, thick target. You just have to wait until he decides to get foolish. That is going to take us to the next round, who is going to be, this is 1 success, 3 advantages. So the next combat turn, I should say, that's going to be, that would have been Stucky.
Yeah.
Okay, so then now we are at MT. Oh, you're muted, Janet.
When I'm in the co-pilot seat, I'm not pilot, yeah?
Correct.
I'm just figuring out what I
Yeah.
I can do.
You can
I
scan.
Co-pilot is its own action.
With a successful
Where?
check, each uncanceled success downgrades the difficulty of the next piloting check by 1. So you can make things easier for
I'll do
Stucky.
that.
If he's pilot.
I'll make it easier for Stucky to maneuver because I'm listening to Elias saying basically we need to get closer. So we can't just keep giving chase if he's going to keep being at a distance. So I'm going to operate that. What should I roll for that?
That is a piloting check, space piloting check. The difficulty is 2.
A piloting
And I'm unable to
check.
help with this, right?
Yeah. In this one, yeah.
It's piloting space
Yeah. Piloting space.
what's the difficulty?
2. 2 purple dice.
Y'all. I'm not a pilot.
MT's like, what's this one do? And just blows up the ship.
Okay.
Self-destruct initiated.
You hit
3, 2, 1. Nope.
One threat. What can I spend that 1 threat on? If piloting a ship, sudden maneuvers force the ship to slow down by 1 point of speed, you are going to drop to speed 2.
Okay, that's fine.
That is reflected in, as you are banked around, you see a piece of this debris fly right in front of the ship, and you have to compensate immediately, Stucky. You just kind of slow it down so it gives you enough time to like just like barely turn to the right as this piece of debris flies right past you.
Yes, just Stucky's just gonna put a hand over like MT's claw and go gently.
This is my first time. This is not like surgery at all.
It's not, but just a little gentle, you'll be fine. Good instincts, but just gotta work on the execution.
Guess what?
Understood.
That's gonna take us to the end of the round, which means it's time to roll for that guided missile.
Cool.
So the difficulty of the check is calculated by comparing the weapon silhouette, which is 0, against the target's silhouette, which is 3. And the checked, so if the test is successful, the target's okay. So the difficulty of the check is, wow. So compared to the weapon silhouette of 0, so wait a minute, 0 versus 3 should only give you a difficulty of 1 to hit this guy, which is a little outrageous.
It costs 3 advantages and a secondary roll, so I guess it makes sense.
True.
Truly
Equal
outrageous.
to a lesson. 2 silhouettes
My brain
smaller
went to
than
2.
target is difficulty 1. However, this is going to give, but however, you do add 2 setback dice.
Okay, so I add 1.
Nope, this is not a piloting check.
That's right. No,
This is the missile making the roll. It doesn't get any. Yeah.
Is this still my gunnery?
No. This doesn't benefit. This is literally just the missile gets 3 dice as a skill to roll for this.
All right, is
So
it the
it's
green
all-
dice?
Yeah. 3 green dice with a difficulty of 1 and 2 setbacks.
No chance we could boost it with auxiliary, could we?
Not on this one, no.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, it's the missile.
Here we go, y'all.
Oh, you know what though? I am going to spend a dark side point and increase the difficulty. I'm going to turn that purple die. I'm going to turn that purple die into a red die.
Oh no. Okay. All right. I believe in the
Yep.
force. We can do this, y'all.
Yes.
Oh, what is a
it's a
despair?
It's a despair. Okay, so you get 1 advantage, which means you can make an immediate free maneuver. Oh, but it doesn't matter because that's not going to come into play. You can subtract any strain you've got, though. I'll let you do that. Or if you want to throw that to yourself, the advantage or the next roll.
Can I use a hot shot ability?
The what?
Can I use one of my hot shot abilities?
Not on the missile, no.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is purely a missiles guidance system that's working right
Gotcha.
now. It doesn't have Stucky behind it.
Curses. All right.
Yeah.
So what's happening?
Yeah. So technically, this is a debris field. So I'm going to spin that despair. And that missile.
Oh, no.
Hold up. Let's see. Okay. Hold up. And damage normally guided missiles. Remember the guided effect of subsequent attacks representing the continue spoofing countermeasure designed to work against particular targets, such as flares. Okay. Benefit course of action after being fired. If the guided missile make it the difficulty of the attack. So my question is, does the missile keep seeking? Or is it just one attack? I think I might rule that in this case, it's just you get one extra chance.
Okay.
Unless, well, no, I would have said, you know what? I would have said you get a continued chance if you'd rolled 3 more advantages. If you had missed and rolled another 3 advantages, I would say you could activate guided again.
Yeah.
But I'm going to activate the despair instead.
Okay.
Because despairs are very rare, and when they do happen, they are too much fun. An opponent's
For you.
Yeah, advantage character suffers a setback on the next action. I'm going to give... Okay, so I'm activating the despair. He is immediately going to perform... the active character grants the enemy a significant advantage in the ongoing encounter, such as drifting straight into a line of fire, decreasing... Oh, you know what I'm going to do? He banks off to the left, swoops around. Stucky, you see him dipping and dodging, and you see him start barreling straight towards the poor judgment again. And as you bank out of the way of that piece of scrap, you kind of jank out of the way just as that scrap goes. And as you do, you line up right with him. You see him suddenly cut his ion engines and dip low and just flip down. And as he does this interceptor just goes... And as he dips low, that guided missile comes straight towards the poor judgment. You just see it lock straight onto you guys, and it starts coming straight at you.
Okay.
So at the end of the next turn, it's going to roll three dice against you guys as it locks on. That's going to be my despair spend.
I have an idea of...
And we're going to go back to the top of the initiative. Okay. Now, the good news is, though, it's not going to be that difficult. You guys have multiple chances here because you have a co-pilot. You might be able to actually spoof the missile. Because unlike him, he's one pilot in a cockpit that's trying to spoof the missile. You have a co-pilot here that could try to jam the missile as y'all are flying around. So it's actually the top of the round. So whoever got 3 successes and 4 advantages, and I think that's Myth. Yeah. Myth, you see this guy is an ace. It's pretty clear now by the way he's flying that interceptor. He is top of the line pilot, and he ducks low and sends the missile back at you guys.
Is there any way from the gunner seat that I could try to spoof the missiles?
I don't see. Is that? I don't see.
It just
why
says
not,
that it's a
unless
computers or a vigilance check.
It is a computers check.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna leave. Honestly, I think I'm gonna say that only a co-pilot could do that, or somebody sitting at a computer panel. You're in a gunnery chair, because otherwise everybody on the ship could spend their turn spoofing the missile. And in this case, I think it makes more sense if somebody who is at the flight deck to do it.
There's no, because it also says that just in the description is that the crew member tracks incoming attacks and uses vehicle systems to disrupt the tracking systems, like dropping flares, which could potentially be done from the gunnery seat. But I'll leave it up
spin
to
the light side point. I'll let you do it from the gunnery seat.
All right, sounds good. I'd love to.
All right, yes, you can try to spoof this missile.
Okay, thank you very much. So computers, and it's average. So 2 difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
Please work.
One success. You spoof the missile as it's heading straight back towards the poor judgment. Another piece of debris just rolls right in front of you guys as you bank off, and it just loses track. You just see it sort of disappear into the darkness as it leaves combat. That's going to be really well spent round on your part there, Myth. You just stopped a missile from coming straight at you guys. All right. That's going to take us to next in the order. Why does it think it's Gran? Do I have Gran highlighted? Next in the combat order.
You're using Gran for all your...
Yeah, I noticed that too. I think it's because, RPG sessions thinks that I'm Gran because I play him as an NPC. So, all right. So 2 successes and 3 advantage. Who is up next?
I think that's me.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna calm up, going. Which way are they coming from?
Straight ahead there, boss.
He is currently at the 4.
4. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I will boost the forward shield.
Okay. So roll me a mechanics check, and you can take 1 point out of your aft shields and put that into the forward shields.
Not
unless you've got
other shields.
You're not angling the
Boost.
Oh, you're boosting. Oh, I see. So you suffer
I'm
1 point of system strain.
Turning 1 strain and then turning it into increasing the defense instead.
In the zone by 1. So if he attacks you from the front, he's going to get 2 setback dice. Or no, 3 setback dice because of your shields and your boosting shields.
So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Roll your mechanics check.
And I also spent the advantages that I had from last round to give him another setback as well. And he hasn't gone yet.
That's right. Okay, cool. Good to know.
Let's see. 3 difficulty, right?
3 difficulty. Yeah. All right, Lon, engineer this. Oh, yeah. With 3 advantages, no less. So you can actually toss that around a little bit if you need to.
Can I use any of those advantages to reduce the ship's stress?
Yes, you can spend 1 point of you can reduce it by 1 point of strain for every advantage you rolled.
Great, because it normally takes 1 strain to boost the shield. I will use one of these advantages to
get rid of it.
Strain back out.
Expert engineer, y'all.
And right. So we should now have 3 until my next turn, end of my next turn, something like that. We will
3
have
forward shields
in our 4.
Yeah.
And then I'll just wait for the next roll.
Okay, cool. And then so whoever's next is going to get. You've got 2 advantages. You can add to any, or you could do it to the next allied character's piloting gunnery, which is perfect timing because I think that's actually going to be Elias.
The NPCs at the end.
He got yeah.
If you want, are we able to switch initiatives or no?
I mean, Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't mind.
All right, so if we switch, I could get us closer.
We're at medium now.
Yes, you're at medium right now.
Okay.
I will say that if you switch initiatives, it's for the rest of combat, so you'll switch permanently.
I mean that makes sense. I don't need to be early in the initiative.
Okay.
All
right. So you're going to. So right now you're at speed 2.
Right. I would like to. I would like to get us at speed. I'd like to. I have to get us to that speed in order to do this. Mm-hmm. So I'd like to get us. I'd like to accelerate.
Okay.
So I think I need to make a piloting check or anything like that.
It is a maneuver, so you don't have to. You. I think you actually do. Hold on. If you are accelerating to, you're going from one speed to the next. So I don't think. Let me just double check.
It's an accelerate maneuver.
Yeah, it's accelerate. So it's pilot only. No, you can just do it.
Okay, cool.
You don't have to make a roll for that. That's
Then
so you are now at speed 3.
Good. That's another maneuver. What can I do for actions?
You all hear the engines of the Poor Judgment go into full power.
I would like to gain the advantage.
Okay. So that is definitely going to be a piloting check. Okay. So the way this is going to work is gaining the advantage. You are going to need to roll me. Okay. Yeah, because but he's got a setback. Maybe I'll jamming, slicing the inner, gaining advantage. So piloting check. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. So gain the advantage. Star Wars. Here we go. You are going to the action that reflects a constant frantic give and take of a dogfight between small craft like starfighters and patrol boats, the high speed, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so to
Oh, we
execute
can't.
this... Why is that?
Speed 4 is a prerequisite.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Speed 4 is a prerequisite. You need to be flying like a bat out of hell in order to dogfight with this guy.
And our ship caps off at speed.
Yeah, you can't dogfight with him. He is way too fast. You are not going to be able to get behind him. You're not going to be able to lock onto him like that. This is why you have turrets. You're too big. You're too big and too slow. The poor Judgment is an armored beast, but man, it cannot keep up with the TIE Interceptor.
I think that's good. That's gonna really. That's gonna really...
Chaps noir.
All right.
Yeah.
In which case, then we're just gonna do damage control.
Okay. So you're gonna try to get rid of some strain.
As ship travels,
Some system strain.
You don't have it.
No, that's what Lon's doing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes. I'm trying to.
Can you stay on target? Does that help us at all?
Oh yeah, I can stay on target. No, but that's another maneuver. I need an action.
You need it. What are you doing?
I guess I'm gonna have to fire again.
You're gonna fire off another missile. That's 3 spent.
Yeah.
If you fire it, you'll be down to 1. It's up to you.
Okay, I've accelerated as my maneuver.
You've also got a co-pilot that can help you here.
Talk it through, Stucky. What are you experiencing? Describe where it hurts.
We're too big, and because we're too big, he moves like a gnat, and I move like a goddamn eagle. I can't keep up with him. But I gotta get Elias closer. What?
Do we need to fly erratically as well? Force him to come to us?
No, we need to keep steady. I need to get. If I get Elias a clear shot, that's it.
You know what? I tell you what. I'm gonna see if MT can help you here. MT,
Yes.
roll me a warfare check.
I would love to.
But I'm not gonna make this easy. I'm gonna set the difficulty at 3, and you're gonna get 2 setback die because you're rolling technically against him right now.
3 difficulty and 2 setback.
Yeah.
Can I have a
Oxcrew die?
boost?
Yeah, you want to take a boost, spend a light side point, whatever you want to do. Thank you, D-Man 1701. So get a boost die.
3.
If you want to spend a light side point, feel free to, unless the crew has a problem, but it's up to you.
What would that get me?
It would upgrade one of your green die to a yellow die.
It would
Increasing your chance
upgrade.
of succeeding.
Okay. What do you guys think?
I'm down for
Light
it.
side?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give us a bit of a leg up on this. Okay. Then yeah, I would love to use a light side point.
All right, roll it.
I need to impress my co-pilot.
Yeah. Hey, you're a co-pilot for the night.
Okay.
Upgrade. Co-worker.
Upgrade.
Co-pilot.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Contact.
Whoa, folks!
With 3 advantages, MT,
Yes.
he's not trying to engage you. He's stalling.
Oh.
He is literally trying to aggro and kite you guys. He is not trying to fight you. It starts occurring to you, MT, watching him fly sporadically, how he keeps dipping in and out of combat and how he keeps spinning around. You also notice that MT, he's angling it so he's putting the debris field between the two of you. He's using the quote-unquote battlefield to his advantage to create delaying tactics right now. For whatever reason, while his mothership is starting to leave, he is trying to keep you right here.
Stucky.
Yeah.
The cat is playing with its food. We are letting it keep us cornered. We must move. Now.
You are brilliant. Oh God, this planet. I know what I would like to do now.
Okay.
I would like to.
do?
I would like to punch it towards the ship that's escaping. The mothership, the big ship.
The capital ship that's flying out of system?
Yeah.
Okay. You start accelerating in the direction of the capital ship. That's going to be your action.
Would you like to explain what your idea was?
Oh, right. They know it'll be a fight between us. We might win it, but if they escape when they come back, we're not winning it. And I'm worried they might glass the planet. They can't glass it, but if they go and get someone, they could.
Everyone, prepare for battle. It's going to be a big one. Place your bets now.
I think on that note, let's take our break early tonight. Because Stucky has decided to engage a cap ship.
Hey, it's not called poor judgment for nothing.
Yeah, it's true. You've decided to go after the big one. So when we come back, we're going to find out how this resolves. You have a planet down below that supposedly has a rebel base that you all are trying to make contact with it. There is a mysterious debris field here in orbit that you guys probably by now suspect belonged to an ally. And there is a single TIE interceptor and what looks like a carrier ship that is currently accelerating away from the planet. Let's find out what all this means when we come back. See you in 10 minutes. Welcome back to Let's Irritate the Streampunks. I'm Eric, and we are currently fighting one TIE interceptor that has just been running circles around this poor crew that's been trying to figure out what the heck to do with this bastard. You guys are currently barreling towards a cap ship, which as you change direction, Stucky, and start navigating towards it at full speed, you don't see any immediate changes in the interceptor, but you do see the cap ship that is pulling away. This carrier does seem to be aware of your intentions, because you can see a suddenly glowing, scattering field of blasters begin to create a perimeter in front of it as you start gunning towards it. When we last left off, I believe it was MT's action.
Can
MT
I do my maneuver?
Yeah.
Now? Okay.
Yeah, if you want to do one now.
We are now not facing the big guy, though? Or the one that was chasing us?
You mean the interceptor? He's technically still in front of you guys. He is at...
I want to maneuver into close range of that guy.
Okay. You are going to need to... No, I'm going to say he's not there yet, because one of the things I was saying is that he's trying to put the debris field between you guys.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say he's not quite there yet. So if you want to maneuver into range, you can maneuver into range.
I want to maneuver.
So you'll move. You're going to move the poor judgment from medium range to short range. Oh, wait a minute. How many? If you're moving from medium to short, how many maneuvers does that take? Let's see. To move from close range to medium is 2 maneuvers.
Right. But there's short in between close and medium.
That's right. Close to short is 1 maneuver. That's correct. So you are... so then you can move... But you're at medium range.
Yeah, medium to short.
So you can move... so you're going to move medium to short range.
Got it.
Because we're speed 2 to 4.
Right. So it says here it would take 2 maneuvers to move from close to medium.
Right, which is 2 range bands.
Right. If you're at medium range and moving 2 range bands... Oh, I see what you're saying. So that 2 range bands equivalent to moving to medium to short. But wouldn't that cost you 2 maneuvers to move from medium to short range?
I did use my first maneuver to get us closer. So that would be 1, and then MT's would be the second.
That would work. Yes, that would work. So we could say that on your turn... Oh, MTV. Oh, I see. So MT could move us from medium to close, and then you can move us from close to short on your action.
The other orders mixed
other way
up.
around. Other way around, but yeah, that's exactly
okay. Other way around.
Assuming that acceleration involves movement, which is not taken for granted by these maneuvers, weirdly, but by physics, kind of required. The accelerate maneuver Stucky took would get us from medium to short, and then fly could get us to close.
That's
or if it
technically
takes...
true, because on a battle map, y'all would have moved 3 because of your speed. He is moving 6, but
he's at the end of the round.
But he is at the end of the round. Yep. Okay, so yes, you could do this. So MT could be the thing that closes the gap, and y'all are going to get into short range.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So MT up there piloting with Stucky. The two of y'all, as you angle towards this ship, you start barreling towards the cap ship. You glance up, MT, and you can see this interceptor is banking around, and you angle the Stucky. You see as you're flying towards the cap ship, MT just suddenly does a quick adjustment to the course heading, and you guys start heading straight up towards the TIE fighter.
Okay, not bad.
Gently. I am being gentle.
Yeah, but you don't have to say it though.
This is how I study.
Okay, very well.
The
Keep
repetition
going,
helps me gently.
there's that unease coming right back.
Okay. So that's gonna be your action.
Yeah, and then I send it is your turn to deal to Elias.
Okay. Elias, you see the screen go from red to yellow. You're starting to see him coming into range. And then you see it going to green, and you hear a tone. You just see him twisting and turning.
Next patient, please. As I line it up, just for final clarification, at the end of MT's turn, you said we were in short range. Are we in close or short?
Oh, this should be close range. I'm sorry. You're correct.
Oh, fantastic. Then I don't have to use my sniper shot and upgrade this check.
What is the next? I'm sorry. What is the next?
Close is engaged range. Is like
then
in
no,
between.
You would be in, I'm sorry. Then no,
Right.
you would be in short range. That's correct.
Right. So,
Yep.
The turret is a close weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact. I am good at shooting
Mm-hmm.
farther away than I should shoot.
Okay.
That said, I can't. That's going to make it such a harder shot. It's going to be a wildly more difficult shot. Oh, no, wait, because it's a personal thing. Perfect. Then I'm going to take 3 strain.
3 strain.
I think I have. That's how many you have to do for an additional maneuver in it. It's a pretty healthy amount. Personal strain.
Personal strain.
Yeah. So that I can do 2 maneuvers in a round.
It's 2 strain.
Okay, lovely.
2 strain
That's even
equals
better.
+1 maneuver to a maximum of 2 maneuvers a turn.
That is the totality of maneuvers, excuse me, that I would need to perform, because I'm going to aim, bring the crosshair in, and let it weave for a moment right on the interceptor. And then I will remember what I said to Myth. You got to predict where they will be. And at this long range, I'll have to do a little prediction. So I'll move the crosshair just a bit off, trying to get the pattern of these bobs and weaves, because every creature has a pattern sooner or later. And I will thereby take my sniper shot maneuver, allowing me to shoot 1 range band beyond the range of the weapon.
Roll gunnery.
Yes, please. So let me know, because I know there were some setbacks on the other gunnery check
There were.
that were
You get an
associated with the defense of the ship.
You get an automatic 2 setback dice.
Mhm.
And does his the handling does not add setback? Isn't that correct?
That is
Handling just
correct.
adds
The
bonus dice
handling
to
adds
maneuver.
boost to one's own piloting roll. It is the difference
Right.
in silhouette that determines the difficulty of the check.
Nope, he's only 1 silhouette down from you, so there's no advanced difficulty
Exactly.
here. But I am going to spend a dark side point.
Then I am rolling 2 reds, because
Okay.
sniper shot also upgrades the check.
Okay.
I don't love that for me. I will be perfectly honest with you.
All right.
May I
Make your
have an auxiliary boost?
Okay. Sam really wants this, you guys. You have no idea.
With
In which
every
case,
fiber of my being, developing new fibers into my being, and then wanting.
Wraith, thank you on behalf of the Ember Squad that really wants to see this guy get scattered into space dust.
Thank you, Wraith.
There is a boost die for you.
Yep. And then I have one from the accurate quality of the weapon.
Okay.
One from my true aim, and one from MT a while ago.
Roll your gunnery check. 3 successes, 5 advantages. How would you like to spin those advantages?
Let's see. Is it linked 2 or linked 3 on the project?
Linked 3. Linked 3. Quad laser turret is linked 3.
Okay, so I can't crit and link. I think I will opt to crit because I get plus 20 on the crit.
Okay. So you're going to burn those on the crit. How much damage is that total? Let's see. The standard damage is 5, and you rolled
3 successes,
3
so 8
additional
damage.
successes, so 8 damage total.
Yeah.
And okay, you're gonna go for the crit. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. Let me just read linked one more time because there's something about that being a separate attack.
Link does punishing amounts of damage.
I mean, look, I'm also here for punishing amounts of damage.
Linked, some weapons, like laser cannons, are fitted to an X-Wing designed to fire together at the same targets. This increases the possibility of a hit, as well as damage dealt. When firing a linked weapon on a successful attack, the weapon deals 1 hit. The wielder may spend 2 additional advantages to gain an additional hit, and may do a number of times the weapon's linked damage rating. Additional hits from linked weapons being used only to apply against the original target. Each hit deals the weapon's base damage plus the total number of uncanceled successes to score for the attack.
So it only costs 2. I can do both.
You can do both.
Eric?
Go ahead and roll your critical hit. And if you would please add 20 to it. So roll your 2d10.
Mm-hmm.
96? 96 is... Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know. The world is just making fun right now. You're not going to believe what 96 is. 96 is the unfortunate word that pops up in every RPG that you and I are constantly reading through, Sam.
Doors? No. Oh, no.
Yes.
Worse than doors.
Of all the things that you had to roll the one.
Hey, if someone rolled it, it should be me.
It should be you.
It would be so incorrect if it were anyone else. And yet, I'm going to ask you to tell us what that is, Eric.
Well, the good news
what is it on the
it says crippled on the critical injury table. Boo.
Don't put slurs in your games, friends.
Of all the friggin' things you could have, and the funny thing is, Sam, is you did twice over the damage to blow this guy up in one shot. I was giving you the critical hit table roll because I know how desperately you wanted to obliterate this guy, and I wanted to narratively give you that destruction. And it's like the game was just taking one last pot shot at you. Just to be mean. This guy, just to be mean. Yeah. Yeah, you are all maneuvering, and as you get in a bit closer, everyone at this point has given up on any chance of running this interceptor down and getting him, blowing him out of the sky. As you guys angle towards this ship, and you see him, as you angle up towards a little bit, it's kind of flying just over the debris field. You can see the capital ship starting to unleash its bombardment to keep you from away, to keep you from getting too close to its perimeter. Just as that interceptor starts to tie down, as you see this thing flipping down, you look up just in time, Stucky. You're kind of like doing the dogfight thing where you're keeping your eye on your opponent so you can measure exactly if he's getting behind you. You see him flipping around, and then you see 4 red blaster bolts just disappear off into the distance in a puffball of flame, and he's gone. Just like that. The ship fires precisely once. Four quad lasers at the same time. And you see the TIE interceptor detonate in space.
That is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
That was a Nemesis TIE Fighter Ace.
What?
Just
Was.
that just
you
blew
aim-
up.
You aimed where it was going to be.
See, not so hard.
Okay, well, that was fun, folks, but I don't think that capital ship's as wounded as I thought. So why don't we take it down to the ground, eh?
As the storm of blasters just started raining into space.
And with that, I'm just zooming us to the planet. Just
Okay, you bank around. As the poor judgment banks around once again, the planet of Vetus enters into the full view. It is worth noting that as of right now, you guys just cleared out a small squadron of TIE fighters and their commander with literally 2 shots. It took 2. You did fire a third missile. Or a second missile, but
Nobody needs to know about
technically
that.
only of 3 shots that were taken in the entire combat, 2 of them hit and destroyed an entire squadron. So Ember
you still
Squad
got
once
3 for
again.
Accuracy rate 66%. However, efficiency rate 3 shots, 4 down.
Hey, Elias,
Yeah.
do you have any more of that gold paint?
For what?
I think we need to stencil our kills on the hull.
Stucky should be in gold. Ace.
all right, everybody with the feel goods. And like as I'm like navigating towards the planet, I am just gonna go, you're not a bad co-pilot. Just keep flying.
If you want, I'll let you as a parting shot here. MT, you can roll knowledge warfare check on that cruiser now if you want.
I would like to.
Now that y'all are out of combat, and the difficulty is 3, so just 3 purple. 1 advantage. Okay, all I'll tell you is it's a Gazanti class armed transport. These are modified sometimes specifically to transport squadrons of TIEs across space because TIEs do not have hyperdrive engines. All you know is that this ship, now that you know for a fact that it is operational and has its defenses up, this would have torn you guys up if you had fought it. So it's good that you're banking away.
I don't say anything out loud since Stucky already said it's not as wounded as I thought, which
Yeah.
I take that to mean, oh no, never mind. We're out.
Never mind. That's a lot of pretty lights coming out of it.
Mm-hmm. And I just kind of give like a bit of a thumbs up to Stucky at the compliment, and give my advantage to Elias for the shot.
Okay.
Boostai feels like a player lollipop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys enter the atmosphere. There's a bit of rumbling, of course, as you see the red flames of heat gathering around the hull. And after a few moments, you pass into the upper atmosphere and then to the beautiful blue skies of Vetus. Vetus looks like a healthy, like, forest world that has, from what the sensors are telling you, a scattering of civilizations all around. But where you're headed, you can actually see coming up as you break through the cloud layer, you see a great city in front of you. Probably home to maybe close to about 2 million people. This is, according to the databanks, this is Miloso City. This is the capital of Vetus, according to the databanks. And there are columns of smoke rising from various portions of the city. Even from altitude, you can see the flashes of laser fire down below from various places in the city. There is a full-on ground war happening here as you're all flying in. When that happens, as y'all start to enter into the upper atmosphere, Stucky, your alert starts blaring in front of you and MT. The computer immediately starts signaling an alarm that there's been target lock. Ding, 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 ding. It starts blaring.
Oh, great. We always go to the nicest places. Is this like an incoming missile alert?
It's going to be incoming missile soon. Yes, you guys are being
Okay.
locked onto.
Is there a way to contact the planet? Or
Yeah, you could try to raise. You could. You do have like the codes to the. You do have the secure channel to the rebellion that everyone uses.
Yeah. We should inform them that we are not Empire.
Yeah. Can you
Hot Rod Red, I don't imagine, is quite visible from the ground.
Yeah, patches here. I'm going to try and patch in to their comms so I can talk
Okay.
to them.
What do you say?
Hey, hi. This is Stucky from Ember Squad. I know we look like Empire, but we're not. So if that's you, that's tickling my alarms like that. Stop it.
Okay, so
Please.
Please don't. Please stop tickling my alarms.
again, it's like Tech Sergeant Shen from Galaxy Quest. Hey guys, engines overloading. It's gonna explode. Just,
Cut it out, y'all.
All right. Stucky, you're gonna have to convince them. So let's see if they believe in the sincerity of your pleas.
I would be the most diabolical Empire member if that's me deceiving them. Let's see.
All they see is a decimator class freighter coming out of the sky, and they're like, "That's Imperial." So, but the good news is you did change your transponders, and you don't have the same paint job. So, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a boost die to this roll automatically.
Okay. And what am I rolling here? Charm.
Yeah, this is gonna be charm.
Ooh, okay. Little boost die and difficulty.
I hate doing this to you, but the difficulty would be 3.
Yeah, let's
What's
do
up
it.
against what you're up against? It would be 3. This is hard.
Take a
Here we
light
go,
side
yeah.
point now.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
take
wanna
an
take the light side
auxiliary point. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Do you want both? Do you want the light side point and
Should we just put
Doing
Myth on
Destiny?
the radio? Like, what's
Yes.
okay.
No, I got this. We can do this.
Thank you, Darth Pillow.
All right, here we go. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Do, 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 do.
You are alerted to incoming.
Okay. All right.
The computer
I don't think they believe you.
I
Maybe
don't
the
think.
CEO should be talking.
Okay. Right. Yeah, right. Myth, get up here.
Myth is already climbing out of the turret.
Tillo is on board still, right?
For God's sakes,
Tillo,
grabs.
yes. Tillo is literally strapped in right now, and you hear him going, "What's going on up there?"
Bad.
Myth, you pull yourself out of the gunnery chair. You see
I-
the dizzying sight of the horizon starting to spin as the poor judgment banks as a missile is incoming.
I grab the comm and I say, "Rebel troops, this is Ember Squadron. Hold your fire. I repeat, hold your fire. We're here to help."
Okay.
Just gonna lean over to empty thought.
I'm gonna have you roll again at a difficulty of 3. But I am, because you are trying again. No,
Yes,
I don't
but
think
when
I don't-
Myth speaks, they don't put question marks at the end of their sentences.
That's true.
Should I get the burn pack?
And I'll also at the same time transmit our clearance codes.
Okay, no.
They also
setback
do
dice.
that.
No setback dice on this one. Go ahead and make your roll. Difficulty is 3. Yeah.
Okay. Would I be able to get a boost, please?
Okay. Yeah, it would suck if y'all got shot down by the rebellion. That would not be a great.
That would be hilarious.
Leo Ambermain.
The
Thank you so much for
come
doing
back
that.
as Empire.
Like, listen, with
Yeah.
the way that our rolls have been going,
I know.
I expect
It's been
nothing.
a night, y'all. It has been a night for y'all. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
You think you're better than me?
A few moments later, as you transmit this, Myth, you see a terrifying sight of a smoke trail of a missile leaving the cloud cover and angling as it starts coming straight towards the Poor Judgment. It is an anti-air missile, so this is specifically designed to take down big transports like you guys. It's larger than the concussion missile that was being fired off of the Poor Judgment earlier. You can see the smoke trail, and it sort of sidewinds and then detonates.
Do we get any response?
Not immediately, no. Though you are pretty certain you could read the detonation of the missile as some kind of response. There's a few moments of like crackling radio static, and then through what sounds like pure chaos, you hear, "Poor Judgment, we have you on our scopes now. We are reading you as friendly. Do not repeat. Do not fly to the east side of the city. Heavy Imperial present. Walkers are on the ground.
Give us an LZ.
Transmitting." You see it pop up on the west side of the city. It looks like on the outskirts of the city itself.
All right, got a spot. Let's go.
Let's get. Okay. Okay.
All right, you guys fly over the city, and yes, it looks like a full-scale fight. One thing is certain. It looks like the Empire is entrenched here. And it looks like there is a battle for Vetus taking place, which kind of tells you the Empire might be reluctant to glass this place. It looks like they want to take it. Yeah. It looks like the battle has been waging for a while now, because the structural damage that you're seeing on some of the streets in the city is pretty intense. Urban warfare is ugly. All war is ugly. Urban warfare doubly so. And you can see there have been a lot of hollowed out buildings. But you also see the rebellion looks like it is holding ground here. And you do not see the Empire. It very much looks like a stalemate, save for maybe a few sections of the city that look like some of the buildings have all come down. You do see the landing pad up ahead. You fly right over rebel forces, and all you guys see just an ocean of browns and greens. It's just rebels everywhere. You're counting about 200 to 300 troops that are on the ground right now. You also see artillery pieces, and as y'all are settling down on the LZ, both Stucky and Elias will take note that there is at least 2 X-Wings and 2 Y-Wings that are currently on station behind enemy lines, or behind, rather, your lines, not enemy lines. You see them currently touch down behind the landing pad. So there is a small squadron of 4 fighters. And you guys settle down just as a couple of troops come running up. You can see somebody also approaching. There is a Bothan that looks like she is in full officer uniform. Rebellion officer uniform, bearing the rank of commander, approaching as you guys settle down, just flanked by a couple of troops. And you hear the clipping sounds of Tillo getting himself out of his straps and goes, "All right, everybody. I hope you still remember how to salute a superior officer."
See if I can remember on the way down the ramp.
I just want to know who's going to apologize for them shooting at us.
All right. Member squad, you form up. The ramp just goes. As you all make your way down the ramp, you see this commander waiting for you all, flanked by 2 soldiers. The soldiers are not standing at any alert position. They just kind of have their rifles off to their side. Everyone looks pretty relaxed, but you can hear the sounds of just combat waging in the distance, the thunder cracks of artillery going off. Tillo takes the point, rolls down the ramp, and comes to a stop in front of the commander and salutes her. And she nods back and says, "Well, Sergeant, this is a surprise." And he just says, "Ma'am, Sergeant Tillo, this is Ember Squad, reporting for duty. We've been detached for some time from the main force, and we've been looking to get back into the fight. Looks like we found it. The Botha nods, and she says, "Oh, you found it all right. And the timing couldn't have been better for us. I wish we had time for a full debrief, but I'm just going to need the rundown of everything that's been going on, who you are, where you're coming from, what your mission parameters are, and how the hell you got your hands on this." And she looks over at the decimator. You had time to paint her up, apparently.
Yeah.
Ma'am, that was to throw off any possible Imperials who might be tracking us. We discovered that this ship belonged to Imperial Special Forces, and we thought it might be prudent after stealing it. How did you steal this? Well, ma'am, we stole it off of the deck of an interdictor-class heavy cruiser before we destroyed it. She stares. You see one of the soldiers glance at the other soldier, just like, holy shit.
Yeah. We also painted it so that the rebellion would know that we're not Imperials, so they wouldn't shoot, I don't know, missiles at us.
I raise a finger and go, to be clear, none of this was our mission. We should maybe let you know what cargo we're hauling in there.
Oh, I thought the cargo was top secret.
She quirks an eyebrow and says, "Let me get this straight. You're the ones that blew up the Starstorm?"
Is that what it was called?
Tillo just banking off of your... Tillo just goes, "Yeah, I think that was..." What was that, Elias?
It was a Starstorm, but by the time we were done with it.
Nice. Like, I give Elias like just a shot of the shoulder.
He just turned bright red like someone who got called in the front of the class, but also kind of smiles.
She nods to the two soldiers and kind of gives them the dismissal, and they nod to her and start heading back. And she steps forward and says, "Tell me about this cargo you have."
Hey, I'll leave that to the superiors.
We were supposed to deliver it to the superior officers of the rebellion. Unfortunately, we were waylaid by the Starstorm and picked up this ship in the process.
Poor judgment.
When it, originally labeled the Judgment, we renamed it the Poor Judgment because, well,
finders keepers.
The main problem we dealt with was when we tried to return to reconvene with the rock skipper. They were already out of system by the time we arrived. No idea where they went. We were set about doing our next task, which was finding a way to make contact again and trying to keep a low profile with the red and gold paint job, I'll admit, but
you see some affection in her eyes suddenly and a small smile on her face, and she says, you serve with Jenser Vem? As a refresher, because I can see the players blanking, because it's been a hot minute since you spoke to him. That's the captain of the rock skipper. But it registers immediately as she just says, you serve under Jenser Vem?
We do.
Well, this is fortuitous to say the least. And I noticed you didn't tell me what your cargo was.
Top secret.
She raises an eyebrow and says, then let's go to a quick debrief. Is your cargo on board?
Stowed safely.
Hey.
Is the nature of this cargo a danger to my people here?
No.
All right. She looks at Tillo and says, Sergeant, I'm going to need a full debrief from you after all. And he says, yes, ma'am. Well, Ember Squad, I don't know where exactly it is you're coming from, but you all look like you could use a little R&R. We don't have that much of that to give, but there's hot food if you need it.
Hey,
We've been eating rations all week, so it would be helpful.
If I may volunteer my services, there is a current battle, and I do not require food, but I can help.
What are your specifications?
I am a medical droid.
You see her eyes light up and she goes, "You're with me."
Understood.
hey, whatever happened to the rock skipper anyway?
Jenser? She says, she calling him by his first name again. She gives you a smile and she says, "Rock skipper's on its way. Rock skipper's due to reinforce this position in the next 24 hours.
And the debris up there, you know what that's about?
Yes, I do.
I brought down the mood. I always do that. Okay, sorry.
She says, "Don't you worry. More Imperials will be on the way and we'll have a chance to get a little payback. Until then, I need everybody to get some refreshment, get freshened up. I'm going to be putting you all to work. If you really are the ones that blew up the Starstorm, you're exactly what we need right now to break this stalemate."
Oh, people always want us to do stuff.
To say the cap ship's still up there, but we got rid of the TIE squadron.
She nods and she says, "I'll give you all a full briefing of what you can expect to happen here in the next 24 hours. You're reaching us at a critical moment. This whole system is about to become a front line. The Empire knows we're here, and they're sending their own reinforcements. We're not trying to hold the system. We're trying to buy time, and right now we don't command the skies. We're working on that. I'll give you a briefing later. Y'all are special forces. As of now, I am recruiting you into my command, and in the next 24 hours, I'm going to have a mission for you. If you are Ember Squad, then I hear you're good at blowing things up. So get ready, because I'm going to send you to blow some things up."
I mean, that's kind of my whole bag. You got a spare X-wing?
She goes, "We'll talk. You got any pilots in your squad, then we can talk. Tilla, with me." "Yes, ma'am." He turns and looks at all of you and just goes, "Guys, go get some food. I'll let you know what I find out." He nods to you, MT, to follow him.
I do.
You find yourselves among a pack of rebels who, from the sound of it, are just as diverse and just as ragtag as the rest of you. Some of them coming from all corners of the galaxies. There's more than one farmer that's fighting here. There's more than one mechanic. There's more than one starfighter who joined up. You all are basically running into the exact same people who felt the call to do something about this than you all did. And it's clear from the looks in their eyes that the victory won at Yavin still has not died from their hearts. Everyone here, despite how bad it is, looks like they are in high energy mode. And it doesn't take long to discover that they've heard of Ember Squad. Curiously enough, despite the fact that you all have been dispatched from the fleet and have been kind of doing hit and run tactics, word's gotten out. How, you're not entirely sure. But word has gotten out. After about an hour of hanging out with the troops, eating, making friends, some really nice folks here, some folks that just don't want to talk, but for the most part, you all are getting the scuttlebutt of what it's like here on Vetus. Vetus, apparently, what you learn from talking to everybody is a pullback point. It would seem that the rebellion is staging a pronged fallback from the core to the mid to the outer rims. One by one, all of the resources that they can get, they're staging a coordinated withdrawal. Vetus is one of the last worlds that they're withdrawing from on the edges of the mid-rim. And the reason why they're having trouble getting out, apparently, according to the troops, is because they lost control of the sky. Their one transport, a Corvette class, was destroyed in orbit. There was a tremendous battle. They made the Empire pay for it, though. They tell you that the scrap field that you saw up there was probably 2 ships, not just 1. But they also tell you that they anticipate Imperial reinforcements any day now. They don't know what they're up against or what's going to get here, but they're anticipating at least 1 battleship is probably going to show up. The Rock Skipper is anticipated to arrive any day now, too. You guys know the Rock Skipper has a squadron of fighters as well, but the Rock Skipper is a frigate. She will be outgunned against a battleship if the Empire shows up with one. So y'all are getting kind of the scuttlebutt. That's when you discover the reason they know who you are is because the Empire knows who you are. Apparently, Ember Squad, the information about you guys was intercepted. That there is a squad of rebels out there blowing things up. They apparently are aware of you guys. How, you're not entirely sure, but you could guess it probably has something to do with the Starstorm. But one of the troops who's just chewing on a big piece of bread through thick bites as he's trying to just jam as much food into his mouth as possible before grabbing his helmet and going, just says, "Oh yeah, Empire's been talking about you guys. Oh, they want you bad. I'm glad y'all are here." And then he just vacates the table as he picks up his drink and heads out.
Well, I guess it feels good to be wanted.
Not that
Or
good.
be wanted by our side than the others.
While y'all are sitting there having your meals, one of you is dispatched away from the commander and the sergeant and given a task. MT, as you are led into the tent with the wounded are extensive. What you learn from helping is the Empire has taken some heavy losses here, planet side, and they, just like the rebellion, are looking to get reinforcements. It's kind of a race. The one thing that's kind of really swaying the tide of the battle is the rebellion has our long-range artillery for long-range fighting, but the Empire has an ATST out there that is wreaking havoc on the lines. Every time the thing shows up, they have to fall back. The artillery in urban warfare, the commander has ordered them, they cannot use it. They do not want to damage civilian targets. They do not want to damage buildings. And so the ATST being able to maneuver between the buildings is at a huge advantage. So right now, that's been the tip of the spear for the Empire, and it's been working for the past 3 days. The wounds that you end up treating, let's go ahead and have you make medicine checks just to get an overall idea of how much you help. And just so you all know, I am going to start using a really cool system that was introduced in the Game Masters kit. If y'all are interested in checking it out for any of the Star Wars games, but specifically Age of Rebellion, there is rules for commanding squadrons of soldiers and X-Wings and the whole bit. And you can actually do quick combat at an epic scale with this system. It's really cool. Go ahead and make your medicine check. I'm going to set the difficulty of this at 2, but I am going to give 2 setback dice based on the amount of equipment that you have available to you and the limited resources in which you can spread it around. Because they are running low on Bacta, very low. So 2 purple die. 2 perps.
Bam.
Okay. You have actually done quite a good job in just the past half hour treating people. Mostly, you see that a lot of the people here that are trying to help, the combat medics, are completely overtaxed. What you are hearing is a lot of the wounds that are being caused is the fact that it's the ATST.
Mm-hmm.
The ATST, when it attacks the full front of like all of its weapons. It does have anti-personnel missiles attached to that thing which has been used to devastating effect. A few of the soldiers that you're treating got a little too close. As you are medicating one, giving like a small stim pack, the soldier looks like she's unconscious, but her hand suddenly grabs your metal arm. She's waking up, and she looks at you. You can see the side of her face is burned pretty bad, but it's healing quite well. And it looks like it's not infected. But looks like they've shaved the side of her head to like treat some of her wounds. You can see that she couldn't be more than 20 from the looks of her. She grabs your arm and just...
You are safe. You are no longer in combat.
Did we get it?
The ATST.
She nods.
No.
She sinks back and
What did you
blinks.
try?
She swallows deeply for a second, and she just says, Min ran out and grabbed the launcher. I told him not to do it. He got the shot off, but I lost consciousness. I didn't see if it hit.
I do not believe it did.
She clenches her jaw and just stares up at the ceiling. And then for a moment, she glances back at you and she says, who are you? Where did you come from? Were you here before?
Reinforcements have arrived.
Her eyes widen. She goes, reinforcements are here? The rebellion's here?
My crew is here to help. I am MT, their medical technician droid. We are here to help.
You see a smile cross her face, and she says, I'm Mala. It's nice to meet you, MT.
Hello, Mala. I am glad you are safe.
She leans back and she goes, we've got him now. We've got him now. And she drifts off into unconsciousness. Literally randomly rolled that name, by the way.
Of course.
Randomly
No,
did.
yes.
I
believe
using,
that.
I'm using Don John's Star Wars name generator. I'm totally cheating right now. And Mala was the name that popped up. So
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, after I've tended to anyone that is like requiring immediate need, I would like to go find the crew.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you rendezvous with the crew about the same time you see Tillo rolling up. When Tillo rolls up, you notice Tillo's got new tires on those wheels. He comes to a stop and he goes, well, I've got a lot to report.
I do as well. You
Give
first.
us what you've... Okay. Yeah, things on Vetus have been tough, but they've been holding their own. This is one of the last strongholds to the fallback. Turns out, he leans in and he goes, turns out everybody's falling back to a command base. And it's where we were originally headed. I have the coordinates now, but not the name of the world. But High Command, where they were having us transport the doctor, apparently that's the fallback point. All rebel forces are being pulled back to the central point to regroup. And oh boy, I learned something else. You see a big smile on Tillo's face. He goes, since we've been jumping around the galaxy, blowing stuff up, 6 more worlds have joined the rebellion. They've taken up arms, and you're not going to believe this, but the fleet has acquired Mon Calamari cruisers, apparently. The Mon Cal have actually joined the rebellion as well. Oh, lots of stuff has been going on since the Death Star popped, you guys. This is a real fight now. This is a real fight now. He just looks around and it gives you all context suddenly. This doesn't look like a ragtag band that's fighting against a hopeless fight. Each and every one of you, just like you did the day you found out that the Death Star went up, the dark cloud of hopelessness and despair that washed over you all when you found out about the fate of Alderaan, all of that seems to burn with determination. I'm going to give the crew a light side point as you all get this news. He says, there's a lot, but the commander's name is El Inoto, and she is going to be putting us to work. We've got a big mission coming up, and it might be the most important thing we've done so far. We're going to be using everything we got. Now, she did say they needed pilots. There's going to be a two-thronged attack. We're going to be staging a raid against the Empire's supplies. Essentially, it's going to be one of the most heavily guarded instances in the city, but we're going to try to make our way, and I'll give details later, but I told her she could count on us. They're short 2 pilots. They're also short a gunner. They're going to pull from the ranks. I told them that my squad might have somebody who want to get involved with that. There's a Y-wing that needs a gunner, and there is an X-wing that needs a pilot. Well, there is, I mean, you can actually mix and match this if you want. The Y-wing also needs a pilot. The X-wing also needs a pilot.
No, it doesn't.
They're taking volunteers.
Yeah, that X-wing doesn't need a pilot. It got one.
I had a feeling you'd say that, Stucky. He rolls up to you and he takes his hand. He just extends you his hand and he goes, "You're still part of Ember Squad, but when the fighting starts, you're going to be in the air and we're going to be on the ground.
Make sure you take care of my people and my
He
droids."
He says, "Clear those skies for us. The Empire's coming in."
Has Empty made it back?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
sitting
okay.
here. Yeah.
I think Stucky's just gonna go. If only the X-wing had another seat, huh?
You see this relief on his face. And Tillo swivels over and looks at you, Myth, and says, "Myth, you have the option of coming with us, but she needs people in counterintelligence to help coordinate the mission as well."
That's my specialty.
All right, I told her that she could count on you. So you'll be staying here at the base, helping coordinate the entire action. And hopefully you can do some slicing for us too. We're going to need a little bit of that action.
That is definitely my specialty.
Lon? Since Ember Squad formed, I have been trying my damnedest to find you something really nice and big to blow up. I got it for you now.
Bigger than the Starstorm?
Okay, well, maybe not that big, but it's still pretty big, and it's important.
What are we taking down today?
It's pretty straightforward, and it's not exactly the most brilliant plan. But we have to destroy the ordnance that the Empire has on the other opposite side of the lines. And she's got the intel that says where it's being kept. That brings me to you, Elias. You see real worry come over his face and says, "I need to talk to you alone for a second."
Okay.
Before I do, though, MT,
I really should have gone first, sir. But yes,
he stops and says, "Well, if you want to interrupt, you can. Is it important?"
not after everyone also has very important things they must accomplish. I will tend to the ATST problem.
How do you intend to do that?
I do not know, but everyone else has also important things to accomplish.
All right. Well,
I'm a frontline doctor. I heal and protect. I need to stop the source at its source.
Yeah, that's a ST that you're talking about dealing with, MT. That's
A chicken walker. Those are no joke.
I know, but as Tillo said, they are down. Soldiers, they are down. Pilots, they are down. Rebels. That is going to keep happening as long as the ATST is walking.
Fine. If you're going to do that, though, I'm sending Narumno with you.
Okay. I accept. I do not wish to do it alone.
All right. So Narumno, MT, find out how to deal with the chicken walker. And Gran, you, me, and Lon are going to go detonate some ordnance. Elias. And he motions. It's weird. Y'all getting a weird vibe from him as he motions Elias away.
There's the over my shoulder to the group, and I think maybe particularly to like Stucky, of like almost that like save me from going to the office sort of look.
Stucky's got
what did I do?
Stucky's got like the protective big brother kind of look. Like, do say the word and I'll storm in there with you.
You kind of hear the Neru just goes, it's kind of like a worried low growl as she watches you step away. And the Wookiee just seeming very concerned about, like, what? I'm getting a weird vibe from this. Sergeant Tillo pulls you aside and says, the hardest mission is falling to you, Elias, and it's a one-person mission.
Harder than blowing up ordnance and taking on an ATST and slicing things and flying an X-Wing. He's flying an X-Wing.
It might be, yeah. This is different. Up until now, it's been a bunch of fights, a bunch of blowing things up. But I'm still needing you to kill one person. There's a high priority target, and they need a sharpshooter.
That's what I'm here for. Who's the target? I'll hit it.
His name's Captain Desk. He is the commanding officer of the Imperial forces here on the ground. And you're not going to believe this, but he is also one of the troops that is supposedly on detached service from Admiral Deleth's fleet, which leads us to believe that the reinforcements that could be arriving tomorrow will be the Admiral himself.
Oh. What do we know about Desk?
Not much. Just that he has been commanding the forces here, and then he has full control over the Imperial presence. He is a high priority target. Elias, the reason why I'm treating this with the gravity that I'm treating this, and he flips the brakes on and leans forward and looks at you and just says, I know you've been in a lot of fights, but you've been our sharpshooter. I'm sending you to be a sniper. You're going to be looking down the scope into the face of somebody you're going to kill, and that can sometimes be a little different, especially if you've never done it before. So I need to know that you're okay with this.
Should I not be?
No, he's an imp piece of crap and he needs to be killed. But sometimes it's just good to be sure. All right, I'll be honest with you. It's because she saw how young you are and she's not sure if you can hack it. I went to bat for you. So I need you to tell me I was right about you, right? You've got this?
I can hit anything. That involves shooting it too.
Captain Disk is Admiral Delith's commanding officer for the ground forces. He has been responsible for running capture squads on civilian targets across the mid-rim, seizing livestock, farms, weapons, and destroying rebel depots. We need him taken out. You are going to have to infiltrate behind the enemy line by yourself and remove the target from the board. And what's worse is you can't tell the rest of Ember Squad what you're doing. You have to do this on top secret profile. No one can know what you're up to.
What? Why not?
I
I could get
know.
intelligence from Myth. I could.
I'm following orders, Elias. I don't know. I already had this argument. I don't know. She doesn't know us. She doesn't know the squad. She only... Those are your orders. It's a one-person show.
Of course it is. Doesn't need 2 shots.
You see, without having to make an insight check, Elias, Tillo hates this. You can see it in him. He doesn't like it at all. He nods and says, I'll get you a data pad that'll have you everything you need, including supplies. You are to leave before sunup. So get some rest.
I got this. Don't worry. I'll make the squad look real good. And I strike, like, I put my hand in my pocket in a way that is the most obvious imitation of Stucky in the world.
Okay.
But I just sit back.
Hot shot ace stance. Just.
I got this.
I know you do. Once you're back across enemy lines, you can break radio silence. Don't tell anyone I did this. And he goes into his pocket. He pulls out a small comm chip. And he says, anything goes wrong, you can reach me on this. Fuck orders. I'll take the heat.
You're a good leader.
You're a good shot.
I know.
He just gives you a pat on the arm and says, okay. And he starts wheeling back away. When you see Tillo leaving, you can see standing on their own Elias, just looking at this thing that was handed to them.
Like, as soon as it looks like it might be okay for Stucky to approach, I think Stucky's going to walk over to Elias. Hey, I don't know what that was all about, but you need anything? X-Wings are real fast.
It was the worst. Stucky. Tillo says the commander's worried I'm too skinny and didn't want to send me in. I gotta go get another helping of lunch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think there's a such thing as too skinny. You got enough guns to hold your gun, so.
That's what I told Tillo to tell her.
Yeah.
At this point, Grand pipes up and says, I'm just curious, since we're all having these strange conversations right now about tomorrow, what is going to happen with the good doctor inside the ship? Have we told our new commanding officer who she is?
I
No,
think. I mean, if I recall correctly, the rock skipper comes tomorrow. That's who we got the orders from. So we keep the good doctor in a box until tomorrow.
I think our previous orders still stand.
okay.
Well, you don't got another day in you?
I'm sure I can find another day in me, thanks to MT.
I assume the commanders put guards on the outside. Even if they don't know what's inside, they can know that can't get out, right?
That's what it looks like. You know, this commander's starting to upset me. She's cramping our style a little bit. Dividing up Ember Squad is not exactly strategy. We're the team that blew up the Starstorm. Why the hell would you separate us? Makes no sense. Why don't you just drop us in the middle of the Imperial line and watch them run? That's what I would do.
So we're a grenade then.
I mean, history would say.
Listen, B class, X-wing. Come on, I'm not gonna get another chance at this. Cramping our style a little bit, but
all right. So one of us is a fighter pilot who's been having to spend all of his days dragging his feet on the ground with the rest of us grunts. You poor thing.
I ask, you think we have enough time to put a brick shuttle flight stick into that so that you're a little bit more used to it?
ha ha ha. Nah, I wanna fly this one.
And then I pull out of my pocket the little model one, and I go,
"Oh,
then you should probably put this on to remind yourself what you're used to flying. Keep your focus." And I slide it over the table.
it is a perfect replica of the Poor Judgment."
I'll put it directly on the dash. I've even thought of a name for the new X-wing. I think it's only fitting that it stays in the family. So tomorrow I'll be flying the Regrettable.
As long as you still have Poor Judgment wherever you go.
I will never stop flying the Poor Judgment. That is my home. This is just a vacation.
There is a loud explosion in the distance over by the front line, so nowhere close to the base, but it snaps you all back for a second as you hear this thunderous explosion in the distance.
Yeah.
Well, I know we can't drink before a big fight, but maybe they've got something around here. We can all just sit down and I don't know.
Well, Elias said that they needed another set of rations, so let's maybe go to the canteen one more time.
I'll get some bread and we can have a toast.
Yeah.
To Ember.
Narumno says, "I'm going to get some food. We'll watch them try to stop me." And she pivots and starts heading over to the table to grab some food for everybody. But Grand's pipes up and says, "All right, so family dinner back on board the Poor Judgment. Let's say 30 minutes. Everyone get their stuff together.
Sounds good.
All right.
Hey, Myth, you got a second?
Yeah.
Cool. Just gonna kind of peel off with Myth for just a bit.
Okay.
Hey, you're the most responsible of us. What are you exactly doing tomorrow? Gonna be bunkered here, I think.
I think so. Counterintelligence, slicing, making sure that people get to where they need to be.
Good. So you're probably not going to experience the business end of a blaster. So, here, he's going to hand a piece of paper. over to Myth, just in case things don't go the right way.
Don't do that. That
Listen,
sounds final, and I don't like final things. I have half a mind to just tear this up into a million pieces.
Don't. Just in case. I don't know. I'm getting the wigs. It makes me feel better.
All right, and then Myth will open up the jacket and stuff it in the pocket.
Good. Okay. All right, now let's go eat.
I swear, if you don't make it back, Stucky,
I'm gonna make it back, and we'll all laugh about the time that I got a little shook. The one time.
If you don't make it back, I will find you in the afterlife, and I will kill you myself again. It just mutters and wandering away.
Okay.
Hands me a note like it's the last thing he'll ever say to me. A note, and walks off.
Gran starts chewing on a piece of something. He looks at you. He doesn't seem to be aware of the conversation you had, Stucky, but he just looks at you and goes, "You really pissed her off just now. I don't know what you did."
You know what? I'm starting to think that's the dynamic of our relationship. I thought I was being mature and responsible for once.
Does anybody have anything that they would like to do before you all sit down for supper? One by one, food is gathered up. A few rations are swiped from some of the food tables in the tents. No one decides to get in a room knows way. Being the only Wookiee here on the battlefield, everyone just kind of decides to give her a wide berth. And a few people actually go, "Is that a fucking E-web?" One by one, you all stomp up the ramp and start setting tables. Plates are set out at the table. It is made to look like a dinner table, as plates and napkins and everything are set out. Cups are brought out, even though y'all are basically drinking like a nutritional water supplement to get soldiers by. It's something. And one by one, everything's poured. The rations are brought out. Some laughter being heard all throughout the ship as this divine feast that's put in front of you are, like, in some cases just a block of like nutrients, like a nutrient block that has like bizarre flavoring to it from the ration packs, mixed with some of the breads and whatnot from the city. But one by one, the table is set. And the only one who's not here is Tillo, who is unfortunately still coordinating right now with the commanding officer. But Narumno is here, and Gran is here, and everyone situates themselves at the table. The empty chair is noticeable, and it grows quiet after everyone settles in. And the quiet stretches and seems to say something unto itself.
Myth would like to. I'd like to do something as Myth.
Yeah.
Lon, can I borrow Ello for a little bit?
Ask Ello.
Ello.
Yes.
I think is that a yes?
It's a yes.
Can I get you to do me a favor?
Yes.
You owe her one, Ello. You have a pretty nice cloth, thanks to her.
Sort of. Got used.
And Myth will pull out a hollow recorder.
Okay.
That they swiped from an officer aboard the Starstorm. And
okay.
Myth has since wiped the data.
Okay.
Would I be able to place this on the top of your disc and you could just take a hollow of us eating together?
That's easy.
That would be
Set
great.
it down.
Just for a little bit, and I'll just gently put it on the disc. Just
you see Ello just
get a picture of us.
Ello just moves back and gets you all into frame.
MT puts her arms around Stucky and Myth.
Oh, hold on.
Oh,
Gran goes. He gets up from the table and says, "Wait! I'm sorry. I know I'm ruining the moment. Just give me 1 second." And he dashes out of the room for a moment.
Oh no!
What? You don't want to be seen with me?
No, shut up.
Do not forget to smile.
Oh.
Gran comes back a few moments later with a combat helmet. You can see that it's Tillo's, and he brings it over and he sets it on top of the chair and he kind of balances it for a second. And you see he's got what looks like a worn sheet of paper that he's drawn a stupid looking face on, and he shoves it up underneath the helmet at the end of the chair and he goes, that's better. He taps it, like pats it on the head, and then he leans over and puts his arm around it and just like, eh.
Happy faces, everybody.
Ember Squad, you pose for a second as you see Elo just hover there, and you see this gold ring just go, dee, 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 and then the hollow goes, and it records sort of like a looping 3 seconds of Ember Squad. Everyone arms around each other at the table with food in front of them. This goofy ass thing at the end of the table where Tillo should be right now. Gran, who you recruited on your first mission. Everyone's just kind of joined in arms and smiling at the camera. And it's sealed away into the data packet and now is a hollow.
Thank you.
And Gran floats back, Elo floats back over to you and just...
I appreciate it.
It was my pleasure.
I think
I'm
that
quite
was
the
good.
photographer.
I'm sure it looks lovely. And Myth is going to sit down. All right,
Okay.
well, are we going to dig in, or are we just going to sit here and be all dour for like an hour and a half and say nothing?
Gran is in the middle of chewing and goes, no, you guys can just sit there if you want. I'll finish this myself. I have no problems.
Oh, I'm just sitting over here.
You pull some food away from Gran, Elias, noticing that he's actually kind of swiped a few items off of your plate, and you guys have dinner. For a moment, there's just the sounds of groaning coming from Stucky as MT once again makes some comment passing him food. There's the sound of a cutlery on plates and a couple of really bad jokes being passed, and then stories being told about dragging an e-web in hyperspace and how the hell that thing stood there. And Narumno gets a little grumpy at this, but is grateful, but grumpy, but grateful. Conversations like jokes, jabs that are being made at Inferno Squad, whoever they are out there, and you stole their ship, so screw those guys. Like everyone basically spends the night trading stories and enjoying each other's company. There is not a sense of melancholy underneath it all. There is a sense of urgency. Each of you has been fighting for the rebellion. Each of you has put your life on the line every single time. You've done it many times. This isn't the Last Supper. This is the lot of you treasuring the moment you have. You've chosen a life that demands sacrifice for a greater good. And each of you has lived knowing that each battle could be your last. And tonight, Ember Squad does not let it go to waste. And that's where we're going to stop tonight's game. Next Monday will be a big fight.
My emotions.
And it is the finale to season 1 of Ember Squad. This is going to be a lot. This is going to be a tough one, but it's going to be a good one. And y'all have certainly gained enough XP. I'm going to give y'all another 10 tonight. So mark it down. Y'all should be. Y'all are like Ember Squad is. I think in the XP department, y'all are pretty much like mid-tier. Y'all would be considered like mid to high tier characters now. I think by now, right? With 10 XP per game session, y'all would be about mid-tier. I think mid to upper mid-tier.
I've missed a couple, so
you should still have it. You should still have the XP though.
Yeah, and I don't know what I've gotten for those. So
we'll coordinate it with it then.
Later.
Yeah, we'll get you. And that's actually good, Gina, because now that you can kind of like take bank XP that you didn't have before, you could actually invest it to prepare for the mission that because you apparently want to blow up a big freaking walker.
You said today was my duty, and my duty says that there is a big thing that is hindering the troops. So that's why I'm like, well, if that's the thing causing the most harm in the battle right now, that's how I fix my patients before they get to me.
So Gina, gain an additional 5 XP.
Okay.
How dare you show yourself as one of the best co-pilots ever and then choose this as a mission? You got stuck, you stressed.
Oh man, yeah, what a roller coaster session, you guys. Like, this started off just like such an annoying fight with that bastard, and then you just needed to get him in range just to let Elias do their thing, for God's sake.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, Ember Squad, good game tonight.
Thanks.
I confess that, much like the audience and probably all of you, I'm super nervous about next game session. I want everything to work out. We're gonna see how it goes. Y'all are wading into it. This is the big final fight, and apparently Admiral Deleth is on his way. It all comes full circle for the finale. We'll see what happens. Thank you, Ox Crew, for all the boost dice that got us through a very challenging session. With your help, and they're going to need all the help they can get. With your help, we'll see Ember Squad through the end of the day, and the Empire can kiss our ass. Thank you all so much for joining us for yet another wonderful session of Ember Squad. We will see you back for the finale next Monday. Until then, my friends, may the Force be with you.